This is the What's Next podcast, Houston's number one platform where I invite creatives to share their journeys and give us a depiction of their visions. Most importantly, the last question I'll ask is, what's next? Jeremiah 29:11 says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future." Dear John, the iconic legend Quincy Jones said, "To know where you came from makes it easier for you to get where you're going." Sean Diddy Combs said, "Everyone has challenges and lessons to learn. We wouldn't be who we are without them." If 2018 and the last 6 years taught you something, it's that anything is attainable with the right focus and determination. Continue to build. Continue to promote your vision. Continue to inspire creativity and make more creatives. In closing, Nas said, "No idea is original. There's nothing new under the sun. It's never what you do, but how it's done. The first chapter of your vision's movements is done. However, you're still a visionary. Peace and blessings. John Ross."
Yo, it feel like 95, Sachi on my body, Biggie, Jigga, Puffy, all that ballin' is a hobby, and I'm wildin' in my body.
Salutations, Houston, Texas. Welcome back to episode number 37 of the What's Next podcast, a production of Still Visionary Inc. Blue, welcome back. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, you?
I'm good. Before we get started, I want to introduce our social media handles so we don't disrupt the flow of the conversation, and I'll extend the offer to you to go first. This is a new thing that I've been doing, so you go first and then I'll introduce mine.
All right, so my handler has changed to Real Miss Blue. Real Miss Blue. On everything.
Okay. And we're going to get into that because, and you can follow me on Instagram and on Twitter at John Ross Dike and still_visionary. If you would, connect with me on LinkedIn, subscribe to my YouTube channel, visit and like my fan page on Facebook, and visit my website at stillvisionary.com. Okay, in front of us, I have all the apparel that I had in episode number 36, which is now streaming. But Blue, man, I want to say this. Before we continue on, hey man, I'm gonna cut that music back up again. Let's one time for John Witherspoon. Rest in peace to John Witherspoon. It's an overdose for him. Rest in peace to him. Rest in peace to him, man. So, Blue, man, how are you doing? How you doing?
I have been taking it literally one day at a time.
No doubt.
But trying to stay focused, man.
And I'm only laughing because I know, what it took to get to this point, right? What it took to get to this point. I remember reaching out to you a couple of weeks ago because I needed you on this podcast, right? And then I hit you. I actually came out here and I text my man 3. By the way, we're back in the White Room, Houston, Texas. I hit my man 3 and I was like, 3, I'm on the way to the studio and she should be there waiting. So when I got here, he was like, where's she at? I was like, she's not here? And he was like, nah. And then I hit you and I was in no response.
Yeah, and you know that's not like me, right? That's definitely not like me.
So one thing that really I found peculiar was this. I was looking at your IG trying to see if you had read my message, right?
Okay.
And you went from Forever Miss Blue, and then it changed to I'm just that bitch. And yo, I really don't even give it up like that with the cussing and all on the platform, but I was just like, nah, this can't be Blue. This cannot be Blue. Like, so before we get further into the conversation, what happened with that whole situation?
Yeah, so my sister told me that she had got a job.
Okay.
And we were celebrating.
Okay.
So I told her, I said, hey, I'm getting ready to get the baby,
okay.
My daughter, pick you up, and we're going to go eat us some food, girl, and get us some drinks. And she was like, for me, I was like, yeah, I'm proud of you. So she was like, okay, cool. I say, I don't know that side of town because she's over here in Greenspoint. I said, what is over there? And she said, a New Orleans place. And I was like, okay, they got good food and drinks. She was like, yes. I said, let's do it. So I go pick her up and we eating. The food was great. We drank. And I got my daughter, we got up and I didn't think nothing of it. we got in the car, and I just knew I needed a case because it was an iPhone 8, the skinny one. It's slim. So I would always like forget where it was. So I was like, nah, let me get a case to stop this. So I went to Boost Mobile. And it was just the craziest conversation that took place. I'm getting out my car and I go get the case and I don't have the phone. And that's when it clicked. When the girl said, well, what phone do you have? And I said, it's right. Well, I said, I don't have it. So she said, I say, but it's an iPhone 8. But I said, you don't have any cases that I like anyway, but let me go outside and look for it in my car. Out the blue, this dude is just like, you're Miss Blue? And that's when it got really strange. I was like, who wants to know? He was like, I do. I know you. You're Miss Blue. And I was like getting offended because I was like, I don't know you. I don't remember you. And then he just started talking about his dreams of being a musician and how he's supposed to be in the studio with Tech Nine. And I was like, okay, congrats. He looked homeless, but I was like, congrats to you. You get in the studio with Tech Nine. That's a big deal, but I got to go. And he kept trying to talk to me, and then I started to kind of get a little frustrated.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, I have to go. I can't find my phone.
Yeah.
So you would think, you know what I'm saying, like a Samaritan will give you your phone because I know he probably at that point had it. I said, I can't find my phone. AJ, where's my phone? And she's like, we need to go back to the restaurant because you must have left it there. I didn't know that I had dropped it somewhere in that area. And so when I went to the store, they couldn't find it. I went back to Boost. Nobody knew where it was. And that's when it's like my life just started to do a literal 360 that quick. I was being deleted out of my emails. Somebody was trying to get loans. They changed all my handlers. I got locked out of Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah. Because when I looked at your page, because I follow you, like you got a fan in me. I follow you.
Thank you.
And I'm looking at your page, and I'm just like, I know Blue would have, she would have hit me back already. I know that
because I was getting ready. I think I had the crazy part about it is I had took the phone out of the purse to text you that I was gonna be linking up with you and that it was still on.
Yeah.
And it was perfect timing. So I said he is just gonna be like. I said I hope he don't be upset, but he would have to know that this is out of my character.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know the number by heart or anything.
Yeah, no doubt. And so my thing was, what gave it away to me was that new handle on there.
That was weird.
I was like, nah, she wouldn't have changed that. I wouldn't
have changed that. And then did you see that the guy immediately, so you steal my phone and the first thing you do is erase 2 years of work. It's all the way down to Pipe Dreams now, the movie.
I saw that.
He stopped deleting to Pipe Dreams.
Yeah.
And I'm just waiting like, oh my gosh, like what are you doing?
And because the real reason I was really kind of like, damn, I felt for you was because there was some spam going on Instagram. And I had opened it up because I thought somebody was sending me a project that they wanted me to check out. But it was some spam. So everybody in my DMs that I had sent the episode to, it started spamming them. Then it locked me out of my account. And I was like,
you
damn.
Serious?
Yeah, because you probably got it. But some people that were smart that knew that like it was like, hey, whatever.
Right.
And, I don't normally just address people like that. So it was saying that, and then it opened up and it was spamming everybody's phone. So they locked me out of my account for a while.
Oh my.
And I thought I was going to have to start all over.
I didn't even know that. My, they ruthless. They is ruthless.
So, man, I harken back to our prior episode number 11, I think it was. And I remember just sitting there conversing with you, and I think I was, when I listen back to it, I'm stuttering a lot, right? And I think I was nervous because I said to you in that episode, I said, it's very seldom that somebody's hustle parallels to yours.
Right.
Right. And so I went back to listen to that episode because I wanted to pull some points from that episode, but I was like, nah, you know what? I want to just start fresh because you've come so far since that point. I've come so far since that point, right? And so I see you grinding, right? And I want to tell you that I'm proud of you.
Thank you.
I want to tell you that, we're going to get into a couple of points that I want to just get the raw emotion from you when I ask you certain questions. But I'm proud of you, and I'm grateful that you're back on the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
So, no doubt. So, let's get with it. So, how you been? What's been going on?
I have been doing good. Like I said, it was just that situation, and I'm still kind of mentally trying to get get to the point where I know that I'll never get the phone back.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of just nervous about the things that he will post because I have a daughter that has an injury, and there are personal, private pictures that never was released. Only my attorneys have those pictures. And I wouldn't want her to grow up and she's on the internet and she's embarrassed about her situation.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's a lot of things going on in my mind, but other than that, just staying focused and grinding and just trying to find a way to get my music out there and not. 2020 is coming around, around the corner real soon, and I just don't want to get caught doing the same things and being complacent that I'm doing in 2019 that hasn't been working. Yeah. And that's just keeping it real.
Yeah, no doubt. So last time we left off, you had just launched the hairline.
Yes.
Okay, and but now you're actually doing radio.
Yes, I am.
And that's so listen, like I said, this episode for me, I think I didn't have a direction in which I wanted to go in this episode, right? But I knew that I wanted to ask you the most intricate questions because somebody asked me the other day, so what do you plan on doing with the podcast? And I was like, well, if I got like a spot on radio, I would really like see myself in that lane, right? Right. So I'm grateful to be talking to you. Like I said, Blue, I think that if I had to say to myself, well, what female do you think that parallels who you are as your gender? Right. It would almost be you, because you grind. You have your irons and a few on a few stoves, and so I just want to get down to it. I want to talk about the process and everything, and then I want to get to go off. Oh yeah. Man, because we've been going off, literally. So, how did the radio thing come about? Wow. So, here I was doing my Trill Talk podcast. Okay. And me and my co-host did a interview where we were just talking about the podcast. Yeah. And we vibed so well with the guy that was working up there. Okay. And we thought, like, man, just like you just said, what if we had a radio show? Mm-hmm. We could really do some things, and have a setup and things and a certain day and be more uniform. But we was like, it might happen. But we continue to keep doing our Trill Talk podcast. Mm-hmm. Then which drops by what you got to plug that. Go ahead and plug it. The thing is, we're no longer doing it right now. Okay. So we still have the page up, but until we figure out like how we want to go about it, because we had the shirts made and everything. But so we kind of put that on hold because I went on the internet on Instagram and saw that they were looking for a radio host, and they wanted experience. I don't have experience, so the guy was really iffy about me working with them, and I just told him, I said, look, show me the ropes, show me what I need to learn, and I can learn how to do this. No and doubt. He was like, the equipment is going to be difficult. I said, show me how to run this radio segment, and I'm going to do it. But don't not give me a chance just because I don't have experience. Yeah. So I just went in there, and I vibed with them, and I just started learning. He was just like, come in every Sunday. Okay. And let's do training. And that's what I did. And I learned his whole system. Okay. In like 4 weeks. Okay. Like a month. Okay. And I had a pre-show, and then I had Magnificent. He was my first guest on the radio show, like interview, live phone interview. And then it's been every Tuesday ever since. Okay. Yeah. What time? 7 to 10 p.m. Central Time. You on there for 3 hours? I'm on there for 3 hours. Yes. What are you talking about? I know. Look, when he told me that, because I thought this was just gonna be a shebang, bang, bang, and I go, and he was just like 3 hours, and I was like, I talk a lot, but then what if I just run out of stuff to say? And he was just like, you'll figure it out. And so I was like, wow. So basically, what I started to do is, I took one of the slogans from our Trill Talk podcast, which I came up with, my ear to the street segment. So I make, sometimes it's 1 call or 2 calls, and I do a phone interview. And sometimes it could be anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes. Yeah. And then I play a lot of music. Yeah. So eventually I'll start playing like anyone that wants their music played, because I have a certain playlist. So I play music, and then I talk about at least 3 current topics that's going on. Yeah. So I'll talk for like 5-10 minutes, and then I'm back on a commercial break, and then I'm playing music. So somehow it evens out to where I'm playing so much music, and I come in talking and getting people to converse with me, that by the time I look up,
it's like 9:45, and that's when I start wrapping it up. So
Yeah.
it really goes by fast once you
Yeah.
get into it.
So your mood from episode 11. I'm sorry, because I think that when it comes to creation, you always look at where you start and where you are presently. So where I am presently, I look back to January 1st of the podcast, and the podcast from episode, let's just say episode number 19 on, they don't even compare to the episodes
growth.
from 1 to 18, right? And don't get me wrong, the podcast we did before was phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting here, I'm talking to a boss, I'm soaking up game.
Right.
I'm trying to get everything I can. I'm trying to get everything I
remember
can.
that.
I'm trying to get everything I can from you without having to pay for it with
Right.
continuing education and all. And just the growth, right? So talk about your mood then versus your mood right now. Where are you right now in terms of creation?
You know what's so crazy? It's like I'm like you. I'm trying to go back into that episode. I think we had wrapped up.
We had wrapped up Forever Yours.
Okay, that's exactly what was going on.
it was
So,
the same weekend. It was the same
we
weekend
wrapped
did
that up.
podcast.
So we had a lot of that going on. I have I done like sold out bus stop acting. I did a few films with Houston Media Source, and then I think from the time that we first talked, I grew as far as like more finding out what I wanted to do and coming out of my music shell. Because of course I'm still doing the music, but I'm gravitating to other things that I'm finding out now that I'm actually pretty good at. Yeah. So that I didn't have my mind on those things. I was just like, okay, I need to go to this audition. I need to drop this song next week. So I've seen myself just venturing out like all type of stuff. Like you said, I had the hair company and then the new radio segment, and learning that is a beast by itself.
For sure. So, because I mean, like I said, man, the progression.
Right.
And, when you got people that, one thing that I have to big you up for this episode is, man, appreciate the support. You know, as creators, we always talk about, man, I need support me. But then we never say, I appreciate you for sharing my video. You know what I'm saying? It can't. It's a video. I can't count back, or I can't think back to a previous episode that I have posted on Facebook that you have not shared. And I want to say to you, man, when I was preparing for this episode, I was like, man, I want to get Blue this. I want to get Blue this. Just when I give her this T-shirt, I want to give her this. I want to give her this, man. Just to show the appreciation that I have for you, because every time I drop an episode, it don't matter.
For sure.
In that week's time, you always boom, And so when you hit me, and I was like, and you was like, do this. We was shooting the shit, or whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, no doubt, question.
And I appreciate
You know
that,
what I'm
because I
saying?
needed that sponsor. I was crying to Jermaine. I said, John gonna come through, and he was when you came through. I was just like, we both was like, man, that's real, because you didn't have to do that.
You know what I'm saying? Because
no,
I did have to do it, and the reason why I say that is, man, you grow up with people, right? And the people that you grow up with, you would think that when you get into this lane, they would be the first ones to just jump in there and be like, yo, I got my man 100 strong. You know what I'm saying? But it don't be like that.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? So when you get that kind of love, I for me, it was like, if it was my last, it was going to be my last, but I was going to get it to you.
That's real.
You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that. But
Thank
what were
you
you going to say? No doubt, man. No doubt.
No, that was just real, because that whole situation, I had to have like 10 people, and they all paid 20 or something. And by the time the show, I was getting ready to open for Ken the Man, and by the time the show came, I literally had dropped down to like maybe 3 people that was just like, oh yeah, I'll come and I'll do it. But when you showed up to the plate, it's like the universe opened, because I had so many more people starting to chime in, and then I had ended up having a bike club. Yeah, my friend, she has a bikers club. Yeah. She brought a whole bunch of them chicks, and they showed out. Yeah,
man. I just, when I was like, man, this is my homie right here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hold it down anyhow I can. You know what I mean? So the radio show, how far you think it'll go?
Man, you know what? That's a good question, because the reason why I say that is I respect anybody's platform, but sometimes, and this just keeping it real, we having a real conversation.
Yeah, for sure.
There are things that I kind of see like I would do different.
Okay.
There are things that I would like to say different.
Okay.
And it's like, you have to remember, that you're working for somebody and this is not your brand. You are merging with this person's brand, but how you carry yourself is how you carry yourself. You gotta, if they say, I don't want you to do this, I don't like when you talk about that. You have to listen to them, and then so it's kind of like, I'm happy to, to be myself, but then am I really just 100%, 1,000% really just being Miss Blue? And I do feel like, and I've openly said this too, to them, I just feel like I'm kind of in somebody's shadow. I'm going to learn everything I can. I'm going to get my name out there as a radio host, because like I said, it's a different beast, but I definitely would love to like get my own setup, in the future, and get some co-hosts that's serious about it and invest in it, because everybody is really just trying to stray away from mainstream radio.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of people are looking for podcasts and looking for internet radio stations. Why not get on board with that? Yeah. And do your vision.
Yeah, no doubt.
Do your vision.
How is it different from, because you did the interview with Soup and didn't you work with them? Didn't you do an interview with Soup and vibing with Soup and Lola?
Yes, I did.
How is your setup? How is your segment different from how they do it?
Well, see, my segment is different because I think they're even more strict on her segment. Yeah, they have a lot of different sanctions, and it's certain things that they can't even say. I do have more leniency that these owners, this husband and wife that's owning it. So I have an uncut show, so I can cuss and I can pretty much really speak my mind. I just have to make sure I say that this is how I feel and not them. Other than that, you have your own day, your own time. You're not paying for a slot there. Okay. A lot of people are made to pay, but what we do on the back end is they are going to start charging for features. Okay. Interviews. Yeah. And throw in radio packages and things like that, because it's radio
to market the person coming on.
So you have more leniency, and I think, I'm not for sure she has a media pass, but we have that. So we're able to get into like a lot of different events in Houston. Yeah. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I want to save the MC part of this conversation to the point where I think I can't avoid it anymore. Okay. Right. Right. So one thing, sitting here vibing with you, we family. I want to say thank you so much for giving me that phone call when you found out that my little man had passed. You know what I'm saying? I just appreciate it, because a lot of people. I appreciate your energy. I do, and I'm grateful for that phone call, because it meant a lot. I'm glad I answered the phone. I'm glad that you were there for me in that moment, man, and I really appreciate that. I just want to take time. Like I got so many appreciations for you. We rocked a long way, and I appreciate you. I appreciate Jay for holding me down in that moment.
Yeah.
So
I'm sorry for that.
No, I appreciate it, man. You can't fight God's will, and I'm learning that my wife is keeping me on that pedestal. She's holding me accountable to that. We reading the Bible. She's reading the Bible more. Okay. And I'm going to church and serving more. So
so that's great.
So no doubt. So
that's a good balance.
We healing together. You know what I'm saying? So you're an MC. You know what? Here we go. We'll go here. What song's on your mind?
Man, I said earlier, Drake and Trey Songz Success. I played it a couple of weeks ago, and it's just stuck in my head. Because I want to be successful, and I'm thinking of how can I be successful and what determines success to each person.
Yes, man. So. I'm gonna go an old one that I did. I'm gonna do three, because I just one got to go to you. What song's on my mind right now? I'm gonna go with Nas, You Know My Style. Okay. I'm gonna go with Drake, Do Not Disturb.
Good one.
And then my last one, I'm gonna go with Miss Blue, Go Off.
Hey.
which I'm gonna put right now. We're playing it right now under the episode. So as an MC,
yes.
As an MC, how do you get into your MC bag?
Man, how do I get into my MC bag? Like, I like to drink and vibe. Okay. I'm talking about, when I say drink, I'm talking about like a mimosa. Okay. Something, just a fine wine where I'm just like listening to the music and just like thinking of like every fly creative punchline I could think of.
Okay.
And it really helps. I walk outside, I write. Jermaine is starting to teach me to freestyle some things.
Okay.
Because I would just go straight to that pen and pad.
Yeah.
He's like, no, just freestyle and play with the words and see what you come up with. And that's what I've been doing. So that helped me to get into my MC bag.
Okay, so take us into the studio. Okay, take us. What does your studio session look like?
Man, I'm goofy. he be getting on me because he be like, you silly, but because everybody think of a rapper is supposed to just be like this crazy looking like Mike Tyson, I'm gonna eat you and stuff. Like, I like to have fun with my music and be creative and just vibe. Like, I like to get loose. I like to be crazy. I like to say crazy stuff. I don't know. I might spin in a circle, just something crazy.
Yeah.
But it gets me loose. It gets me more comfortable with people, and then I like people to get comfortable with me. I like getting a lot of producers be in their shell.
Okay.
We don't have to be so serious because we need to vibe and feel out. I feel your energy, and that's bringing me down.
Yeah.
So once I start playing and joking around, I see them get out their shell, and then now we got a nice song that we just recorded. So that's how it is. If you come in the studio with me, we gonna laugh but we gonna get down to business though.
No doubt.
Yeah.
So my man here, three created this recording studio, right?
Okay.
And I don't know your setup, but for me, I have tried to put the features that I bring onto the podcast, the ones that would really benefit from being and recording into the white room in this room to get the vibe, so you can feel it, so you can see how it is in the studio, right? And just to sway you, maybe sometime you might be like, you know what, I'm gonna go mess with 3 over there at Live from the Pentagon because I like that setup. But I just wanted to record this episode here just because my man let me use this spot, and I want to bring him business. I want to bring him clients. I want to bring him artists that come through here and just grace the white room. We had the I'm saying we because I already feel like I'm part of the family, but he called me family.
Okay.
But they had a grand opening here on the 26th of October. Right.
Oh.
And so it was just a nice occasion. And he mentioned just bringing a few people in here just to, the people that he was closest to kind of help him bring the place to life. Right. And I just wanted you to feel the energy in this room and, maybe consider it some way down the line as a place that you might want to record in because you thought it was a fly spot.
I definitely think it's a fly spot, and it happens to be dope because my producer just packed up and moved to, I think, Florida and didn't tell me or anybody.
Yeah.
So that was a hard pill to swallow because I get very attached to certain people, like when it comes to like my music, and it's like, what do I have to deal with next?
Yeah.
Like, somebody that knows your tone, the cue to use, and now she's gone. So I've actually have not found anyone still that I'm comfortable with. So I definitely wouldn't mind trying it out.
Yeah. I just, I
appreciate that plug.
No doubt. I did that because we got to look out for one another. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
sure.
We just got to look out for one another. So I'm trying to put my mind in your mind. I'm trying to get into your mental space, right? So you as an MC, what makes you decide, hey, you know what? I want to go with this single, or I want to rap about this. How do you go about picking your topic, and how do you go about picking the track that you're going to put out to everybody? Because trust me, I remember when you dropped Go Off, okay? I remembered it. And then I came back a week later and I said, okay, she's up to 300-400 streams on on SoundCloud, right? I'm watching you, right? So how did you decide, you know what? Go Off is going to be the one that I want to put some fire behind.
Man, I'm going to tell you, it's like, you could say you got a hot song all day. The people that you're performing for, they're going to tell you if that song is hot. That's what made me say, this is the one, because I noticed this is the first song where the guys wasn't just going crazy. The women. It's certain lines in that song that they love. They feel like they are bad, or they feel like I'm a boss, or they feel like, yeah, he better come with that money. It just, I would see the women vibing out more than the guys. And I told Jermaine, I was like, this is the song. And he was like, why do you think this is a song? And I was like, the women love it. They're dancing to it. They just asking for shirts. I didn't have shirts. So I was like, yeah. And I told the producer, even online, the women were the ones that would respond to the song, ask for the videos if they could be in the video. I said that's the song.
Okay.
I let my people decide. I would say my supporters, not necessarily they don't have to be fans right now, but the ones that supporting Miss Blue, they was like, that's the one, Miss Blue.
So when you marketed, so you already had written it, right?
Oh yeah.
You wrote it.
Recorded it.
Okay.
And put it on wax and was like, this is it. He was like, oh, I like this. The producer that made it out of North Carolina, he was like, that's dope.
Okay. And then you just put it out there and was like, what y'all think?
Yeah, like I put it, what I like to do is I try it on SoundCloud first.
Okay.
So SoundCloud, I noticed like in like 2 or 3 weeks it had 1,000 plays.
Yeah.
And I was just like,
yeah.
And my prodigy hit me up
Yeah.
from True Talk Podcast and was like, hey, Go Off got 1,000 views already. He was like, you need to do this, you need to do that, because he's big on like directing.
You said who?
Prodigy, my friend.
Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
he does
co-host.
cast me out, right? And so I was like, okay, cool. So we'll capitalize on it, but this has been the one like labels been looking at, and I mean, so yeah.
Okay, so the anthem behind it, right? The anthem behind it, is it an anthem for everybody? Is it an anthem for women? What was the inspiration behind to go off?
The inspiration was I made it for like a woman anthem because men are always like, I'm gonna do this, we gonna do this, ain't no fun if the homies can't have some type of thing. I want to do like different punchlines in the song that made a man, no disrespect fellas, but I wanted a man to feel like they wasn't superior to us, kind of like
you wanted to make us inferior.
Yeah, like I got my stiletto on the top of your head.
Okay.
You're feeding me grapes.
Okay.
And it's because it's certain points of that song where the woman has full control in this song.
Okay.
Like literally.
Okay.
And so I wanted the men to be like looking at the woman like instead of an object, just like she owned the room, she confident, she sexy, she a boss when they hear the song.
Yeah.
So, and it seems like it's working because the females they like it.
Let me tell you what, man. I knew that this track was nice because, like I said, I'm a married man, and not only with your videos, but just videos in general.
Right.
If there's a post on Instagram that's kind of too provocative, I'm just gonna scroll past
Right,
it. I'm not gonna, because people watching, and I don't want to say that I have any haters, but people watching, and when you hit that like button, everybody see that you hit that like button, right? So I knew that video and that track was the one when I seen girls. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
when I seen girls dancing to it, and I was like, okay, this is how you know that your track is starting to get some. So that track could make it to the strip clubs. It can make it to radio.
Right.
It can make it be an anthem for the city. You know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I was just like, okay, Blue's out here working.
That's crazy. And then I had a girl, Asaki, I think is her name.
Okay.
And she's a really big fitness trainer out of this country.
Okay.
And she made a video and she was like, you're international now.
Okay.
And I was just like, wait a minute.
Okay.
And she danced so good to it. And I was just like, and people started on my old page, but people started saying, well, you got somebody out of the States. They was like, Blue, we see you, baby. We see you. And I was like, man.
So you make the single and you drop it and you find out that it's picking up traction. Do you immediately go back and start writing another track? Or do you have tracks that you've written besides that you're ready to drop another single, or what, you got an album coming? What's the process?
The thing is about it, I didn't write anything necessarily, but I got another single from the same producer and he was like, do something with this, which I did. So I wrote it. I was actually able to retrieve it in my phone, so I'm good.
Okay.
It was in my notes. But I'm thinking about changing the direction of that one, so I'm not going to say that's going to be the final one. But I will be dropping another single, hopefully by the top of the year.
Okay.
But I still want to make sure that Go Off is the main one that I'm promoting. This one is going to be like on Spotify, and of course I'll promote it, but Go Off is the one that I'm like, hey, y'all, this is the one I feel like is a hit. You know what I'm saying? But you got to keep music. You got to record a lot of music to let people know you're not a one-hit wonder.
Yeah.
That's why it's important to get more singles out.
Yeah.
But
So all your old music, what have you done with that?
my old music is still on SoundCloud, and I just, like I said, like a lot of the songs I'm proud of because Hunnits made Pipe Dreams, and then there was another song that I did that another guy used in the Dallas movie. So they do some things. I just keep them on SoundCloud and let people listen to my growth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to delete anything. I want them to go back and say, wow, she changed it up. She, sound different here. That's the point. I want them to see my growth. So I just keep it on SoundCloud.
Yeah. Go off, man. I mean, I just like, and this is not actually, look at this. Look how it come back around. It was in this very room that I told Three and I told my man Edric, shout out to Edric. I told them that one of my songs that was on my mind was "Go Off" in episode number 32.
Oh, cool.
Right, because I had seen you working it, man. And,
Man.
I had seen you working it, man. And like I said, God damn, Blue, damn, I'm rocking with you, man.
Appreciate
I'm
that,
rocking
seriously.
with you. I'm rocking with you. So I guess here comes the question that I don't think a lot of people ask. What do you think the difference between you? I'm gonna pause right quick. Give me your top five women MCs.
Nicki Minaj.
Okay, Nicki Minaj.
Top 5.
Don't reach back if you can only. Give
I
want to
say Nicki Minaj 5 times, but I want to be fair. I'll say Nicki Minaj. I like Cash Doll.
Okay,
she's out of Detroit.
Okay.
Who's just really just.
See, I've never listened to Cash Doll, but I hear her name a lot.
She got some bars. Detroit's finest. Hey, London B. I'm feeling her. She was on Rhythm and Flow.
Okay.
This new show. She's dope. I'm gonna say Missy E. Always gonna be a legend.
Okay.
And I wish I could think. I love y'all ladies. I just
We can go with that.
Okay.
It's okay. We can go with that. So, one thing I've been noticing with the city and who's coming out is, what do you think the difference between you and Meg Thee Stallion is?
God dang it, Megan! I keep getting this question.
Yeah.
The difference, for one, she's like almost 6 foot. I'm only 5'3".
Okay, no doubt.
The difference.
Because the reason why I say that is I've heard a couple of podcasts that have addressed her uprise, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's been a while since I heard those podcasts and really just internalized what they were saying. But she's not the first person that came from PV and made it. Kirko came from PV too, right? So I'm wondering, what is it about? Is it something about PV that kind of gets them to that spotlight, or is it something, or are they just chosen? That's why I asked you, what is the difference between you and her? What do you think that the difference between y'all two is?
I know one of the main differences is she had a street team.
Okay.
I move like, people think I got a street team, but I be like solo.
Yeah.
She has a group of people like mashing. You need that as a female artist. You got to have like 10 dudes, like 10 pit bulls. Yeah. Like to say, you're not going to do this to her. Okay. No, she's not with that. Yeah. Let's keep it business, bro. And I didn't have that, you know. Yeah. And another thing she did, and I give her full recognition for that I didn't do, she is really big on ciphers and freestyle videos. So we know that pretty much you can get co-signed when you do freestyle videos. She really had a big buzz doing those. I didn't do those. Okay. I do ciphers every blue moon, but I haven't really if people know Miss Blue, it's going to be, they know me for putting out a record, performing. It's not going to be freestyling. Every blue moon I'll do a freestyle. Yeah. But she was cold with the freestyles, and like I said, she got with a group of people. And then her mom. Her mother was...
Rest in peace, though.
Yeah, rest in peace. Her mother was heavily connected into the industry. So I think that she was getting maybe she kind of was getting groomed and set with the elites, even at an early age, and they probably told her the ropes. Because I heard her mom was cold.
Yeah.
And so she showed her everything she knew. So that's another advantage. You know what I'm saying? So you knowing how to deal with certain people and what not to say, and you marketable already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's not too much of a difference, but definitely I see some differences. You know.
Yeah. So I mean, just women in hip hop is kind of delicate, right?
Yeah.
It's kind of delicate, but there is a large market for, you know, when you catch the right vibe, when you catch the right moment in time.
Oh yeah.
That it can propel you to the next level. So I was just wondering what you thought the difference was between you and her, because, you know, I see your work ethic. You know, I've jammed your SoundCloud here and there, and I'm just wondering what it takes to get somebody to the next level. You know what I'm saying? Where you go from, you know, you're getting thousands of streams on when you drop records on SoundCloud, where it goes from thousands to 100,000s. You know what I'm saying? Before people really start to, before the country really start to feel you. You know what I'm saying? So I just wonder what you felt the difference was between you and her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She had a movement.
Yeah.
And she had people. I think because there's another girl who's getting ready to blow out of here, but she has
What's her name? 'Cause I think
Ken the Man.
Oh.
She has a really big team. I know some of the guys that I used to work with in the studio would just do the footwork for her.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And she, I mean, like, you're supposed to keep the girl pretty, and the guys do the work with the wolves, you know, and say, hey, you know, but yeah, I came close to one street team, and then they want to argue and stuff, so it didn't last long. So like I said, there are only so many grounds that you can cover doing this one person, you know, being a one person team. So
I was listening to a podcast, and they told me, and the podcast said to me, the podcast said that you need to find people that support you, find people that are willing to work for you for free, right?
Right.
Have you found people that have hit you up and been like, hey, I want to do this for you, hey, I want to do that for you?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even lie about that. Like, I actually really feel like, so I've honored. I have had like so many producers, and you know, beats are expensive. So they have so much faith in me that they're starting to just want to throw me split sheets.
I don't know what that is. What is that?
It's like basically, instead of me paying them up front $250, $500, or $1,000, they're like, we do paperwork and they get their royalty split, and we got it copyrighted and, you know, patented with BMI, and then they get money based on how many streams I get and stuff like that. They'll do it that way because they feel like the song might have potential.
Yeah.
So I mean, I respect that. So yeah, I have had a lot of people that's like wanting to do free videos, and so I mean, I respect that. I have people that help me promote for free.
Yeah.
So I mean, that means something.
Okay.
But like when it comes to like major labels, I don't know what they look at, because I was telling Jermaine and even showing him that on my last page, my stories went up to 400 and 500 views, and I was seeing like Wiz Khalifa, Rostrum Records, and like major record labels looking on my stories. And then when that happened, I thought, oh, they're gonna forget about me. They're back on this new page. But it's like, you wonder, what are they looking at? Like, what does it take for them to reach out and say, hey, I'd like to set up something with you? That part, I'm clueless.
Yeah.
I mean, they watch.
Yeah. So let's dive into consistency. Do you think that you're ready as of tomorrow? If you get hit tomorrow, do you think that you'd be ready to drop a demo for him?
I think I'd be ready.
Okay.
I think I'd be ready.
So you have records written already?
Yes.
Okay.
I got I got so many songs. It's just like crazy. I tell him I got a song, and then the next day I got another song. He'd be like, okay, cool. But yeah, I got a lot of stuff written, like seriously written. Okay. So yeah, I would be ready.
Mixed and mastered already?
Not mixed and mastered. Okay. Not mixed and mastered, but I got a lot of stuff that I've written beats to. Okay. And yeah.
So as an MC, and I've asked this question to a lot of creatives that have come on that had significant others. I see that Jay, and you know, again, big up. I love the fact. I love black people. I love black couples. I love to see when you see one, you see the other.
Right.
How do you get the confirmation that you know a track is right if you've given it to Jay? How is that response from him to you that lets you know, okay, you know what, this is the one because my man is
Right.
vibing with this one. Walk me through that one.
Well, I'll write something and then I already have in my mind like this is it, like regardless what he's saying. But here's the thing, though. This is where it gets crazy. I'll let him listen to it, and then if he say, "Nah, this would need to be changed," I'll be like, "Well, how?" But then he give me some. He tell me something. I'm not gonna even lie. He tells me a line that do sound fly. I was like, I like that.
Okay.
I'm gonna change it.
Okay.
And he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need credit for that line." I'll be like, "You know what?" He acting like Diddy, but so yeah. Sometimes he'll critique. It's been a few songs like he just like, oh, it's funny. I just did one where I collaborated with a guy, and it was a love song type of like love relationship sex type song.
Mm-hmm.
And the last few bars, I did kind of get tired, and I threw something together, but I let him listen to it, and he was like,
Yeah.
he was like, that's not gonna work.
Yeah.
And I was just like, why? And I'm talking about we was at the studio.
Yeah.
And he finally just said, nah, and he thought of the bars, and then he was like, this is what it should sound like, because that sound crazy, sloppy, like, and I was like, well, I did get tired, so let me stop. I am tripping. So, I mean, I will listen to him, like when if he feel like a song should be critiqued or I should go back and just write the whole thing over. I might not like it, but I'll be like, I'd rather it stop in my house and he tell me that it's trash or it sucks or really what happened to them that last 16 than for me to go out, record it, and everybody else like, but Miss Blue, what's up with that?
Yeah.
So I respect it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who's the better MC, you or him?
Oh,
If you could be partial. If you could be impartial.
I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm like a young Nicki Minaj in her prime, so I can't. I won't put him on blast. I can't answer that.
Have y'all ever done a record together?
Yeah, we've done a few.
Okay.
We did Hundreds together, and we did a Pimp C remix. Rest in peace, Pimp C. That's
Yeah,
like
rest in peace, rest
that's
in
like
peace.
one of
Houston legend.
Yes,
Yes,
we
for
both
sure.
are big fans
For
of Pimp C,
sure, for
UGK.
sure, for sure.
So yeah, we've actually done a few records together. So yeah.
So today is before I say this, happy early birthday.
Ah,
I think the last episode you said that you were a Sagittarius.
Yes, that
Okay.
November 25th.
Okay, so today is November the 1st, 2019, and we have 60 days left in the 2019 year.
Wow.
What do you hope to attain in those 60 days?
John, I have locked my phone severely. Passcodes, I'm going to do the face verification. I hope to make sure that I don't have that situation happen again
Yeah.
because I didn't take my valuables serious. I've learned a lesson. I was too comfortable, not being responsible. So I want to just take the time to woosah and relax and calm down. I'm always constantly moving on the go, and that's how you forget stuff. I just want to slow it down, think, plan out more things, like write some things down and not jump head first into stuff just because it sounds good or I got an idea. Just want to just take the rest of 2019 slowly and make really wise decisions so that can transfer into 2020 and start off smooth.
Yeah.
You see? So.
Yeah, so man, Jesus Christ, you know, when I sit and I talk to you, man, my man told me one time, if you can't remember what's being told to you, you need to write it down, right? So I'm grateful that this will be recorded, is being recorded rather, and when we put it up on the internet, it's there forever. You know, as long as I pay that subscription on SoundCloud, it's gonna be there forever. But
I know that's right. Ooh-wee, everything you got to pay for.
Yeah, no doubt. So take us through a normal day for you. What do you like? How do you wake up in the morning time? You know, you're Miss Blue, the MC. You're Helen Hadnot Williams. How do you go about? What is a normal day for you?
Man, wake up, brush the teeth, eat my Cheerios with no sugar, and I play with my daughter.
Yeah.
I watch her. Like I said, she's injured. I used to work oil and gas.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, every day is a struggle.
Yeah.
I got my degree in 2019.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And the odds of a black woman getting a degree to work in oil and gas for the job that I was doing, I was an analyst, pricing analyst, meant a lot for me to not be able to work in my career field that I should be in. So every day is an emotional roller coaster for me that I pray for and have to stop sometimes and just look at her. She did not ask to be injured.
Yeah.
So I just play with her, and she makes me laugh, and I write my music sometimes, or I just watch my Hulu, text Jermaine when I'm starting to feel sad maybe, and just figure out what I'm going to do next. You know, always online, social media, hustling for the next opportunity.
Yeah.
So basically, it's like I don't have like a whole big story to tell, because my day is like really catered to my daughter. Like I watch her, we do her therapy, I help her with her arm, and then my other kids come home, I talk to them and see what they they got going on in their life.
Yeah.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I remember. So do you like being an MC better than you like acting, or is it tied?
That's a tough one. Someone asked me that, and geez, it's like I have to be real whenever I answer something. As equally as I feel like I love them both, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep it real. Like acting, I grew up acting, like playing games, playing jokes on people, turning my emotions on and off. It just comes natural to me. But music, you can see it in my eyes. You can see it when I cry for this.
Yeah.
That's my heart. Music. Yeah. So if I could just live my life and I had to choose, it would just be music and performing on the stage anywhere I could, because I love performing.
So when your performances, how do you prepare for them?
Man, I've gotten to the point where I don't like to overdo it.
Okay.
I used to just do it from like the morning to the night, and then I would be shocked when I would mess up or have a blooper. Yeah. I'll do 2 or 3 good runs in the not in the restroom, but I have a real big mirror in my room, and I move things, and then I just practice with like a mic or something, and play the music out loud on the speakers, and I'll do a routine and practice a couple of times. Play the song one more time in the car, and then that's it. Yeah. I like it to be natural now. Like I want to stop treating myself like I'm a rookie, and I feel like when you keep practicing, you're doubting yourself. Just go up there and do it. I don't think Kanye and Jay-Z do that. I mean, they go up there because they know their lyrics and they're gonna give a good show, and I want to get in that mind frame. And that's basically what I've been doing, just going up there and killing it, freestyling sometimes.
I see how humble you are, man. You haven't promoted. When are you gonna do a next show? What's your next show like?
Oh,
You gotta drop some of them.
Yeah,
gems.
hey, November the 9th, I'm at Copa Lounge with Houston's Next promoters.
That's next Saturday.
Yes, next Saturday, and then on November 17th, I got a car show at Lux Tavern.
Okay.
Houston Next again.
Okay.
So it's going down, and someone just reached out to me. I'm waiting on the information. It's another show, November the 29th. They want me to come perform a single. Okay. It's usually like Fat Tuesdays, so we'll see. So yeah, I got a few shows coming up next month. I'm busy.
As we continue on, I get more and more questions that I want to ask you. Talk about the state of Houston hip hop. To you, what is it like? What is the scene like? Is it easy for a female to hop in if they got the rhyme scheme, or how is it like to you?
I've been in the market for a very long time. I would say that the Houston market has tremendously changed.
Okay.
You do see way more artists wanting to work with each other. You do see a lot of people trying to help push you. So that I can appreciate with the Houston market and the culture with the rap. As far as being a female, if it's easier or if you get more, recognition, I say the light is shining on females. Jermaine Dupri just had 2 Texas chicks go to his So Def Cypher. So that speaks volumes. Do I think the culture has changed as far as like big mainstream people, companies that can help or that's reaching out to up and coming artists or respecting the grind? I don't think so. I think I'm still finding myself needing to maneuver outside of Houston.
Okay.
I feel like sometimes people can see that you're doing something. It does not mean that they don't respect your grind, but it's kind of like oh, I know what she's gonna do. You see
Okay.
what I'm saying? It's not.
In terms of what, like,
It's
in
not
terms- when you're gonna
exciting.
flat out or what?
Well, they know. Oh, that's Miss Blue. She's gonna do Go Off. She's gonna do a new song. She goes hard. I like her style. But that's Miss Blue out here. They know you.
Okay.
You're not doing anything much different than the next person. Outside of Houston, people look at you like, treat you like you're a celebrity. They treat you like, oh, geez, I want to see her perform again. You can't get too complacent in this market because it's like, I even say sometimes I feel like stagnant out here. Because why is it that LA, Atlanta, Miami can reach out to me and begging me to fly out, or saying, I got people at this point like, how much money would you need to come out to fly to us to do a show? And still it's hard to book radio gigs in my own town. We just don't have people that is rewarding the independent grind. I hope I make sense when I say that.
Makes sense. That makes sense.
I can't say it any better than that. But the culture has changed.
Yeah.
The culture has changed.
So, man, Blue, I want to look back on this interview years from now and say, man, I spoke to her before she blew. You know what I'm saying?
I pray that be the case.
Talk to us about, so this is what I will ask you. There's a young lady, right? We don't know who she is, but there's a young lady coming up. Okay. Maybe she might be in high school, or she might be in college, graduated from college, and she gets wind of this interview. She finds out who you are. What are you going to give her to begin her steps as becoming an MC? What are you going to give her?
Yeah. So what I would always say that no one told me is stay true to yourself, and don't get sucked into everyone trying to change you. As a female, I understand people have so many different ideas for you. You should dress like this. You should do this. You should make music like this. So I would tell that young lady, you need to make sure that whatever you're singing and you're rapping about, you can live with. You need to make sure you're comfortable. I don't care what nobody is telling you. Like, if you don't feel comfortable putting out that music or feel comfortable saying that, you need to say it. You need to speak up. Don't be afraid to speak up, speak your mind, and start learning. And I wish I would have knew this too. Start learning who you are as a brand. Again, I didn't have anybody tell me that. So I just went in there just like I was work, Helen, and then sometimes that would show in my music. And of course, you don't want that personal side crossed with the music. You need to really find a persona and find out who you are as a musician. Find your base. Who are you trying to reach out to? Are you trying to reach out to the straight hood chicks? Then you need to make music for hood chicks. You know what I'm saying? Were you talking about the struggle, single mom type stuff? Or do you want to reach nothing but the ratchet chicks, the classy ratchet? I mean, it's so many women that you can reach. You just need to find which ones you want to cater to and make music for. And again, that's something that I just wasn't told. I didn't know up until maybe a few years ago what my brand was saying to people. Because I noticed I kept reaching out to a certain type of people, and I'm just like, wait a minute. I had to reevaluate myself. So just being real, and that comes with being real with yourself and who you are, and being in tune to who you are as an artist. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And finding your voice. Okay.
So who would you say that your market is?
Classy ratchet.
Classy ratchet.
For sure.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just gonna keep it real. I've known this for years, and I don't try to. I appeal to those real pretty chicks that's ratchet, but they're gonna only give you so much because that's for their man, or because did you pay me? Yeah. Or because and I'm okay with that fan base. Yeah. But that's who I appeal to. Like, I'm gonna be raw, I'm gonna be real with them. We gonna twerk, we gonna dance, we gonna have fun, but not so much. Yeah. Like, you could be sexy, but not so much. Yeah. And that's I know that's who I appeal to, because they were just at my Ken the Man show, and I'm just like, I appreciate that these are the chicks. Like, I can see them turning up, right? Yeah. And getting ratchet and stuff, but I can see it. Somebody else watching too much, and they like, they go into their sedity moment. Yeah. That's who I appeal to. Yeah. For a fact.
Okay, so the What's Next podcast is all about bringing these creatives like yourself out, right? Most importantly, the last question I'll ask them is what's next. So what's next for you, Miss Blue?
Man, what is next for me is I'm trying to get a record deal.
Okay.
I want to get a record deal. Like, I'm thinking like maybe even a single deal.
Okay.
But I just want to put out some more fire music. I have 2 more singles that I'm getting ready to drop. I want to possibly, I'm not too much thinking about a mixtape, but I might just do one with original music only.
Okay.
I want some fire videos. I want to work with bigger named artists.
Okay.
Okay, I want to work with bigger name artists, and I want to travel. So that's definitely what's next for me. I love my city, but I'm definitely going to maneuver out and start hitting like bigger showcases. Like South by Southwest is on my radar.
Yeah.
So that's definitely what's next for me.
Yeah. So you know, I harken back to the point in the conversation when I said I was trying to find what would be best for you, right? So, by the way, if you need any T-shirt press, I'm your guy. Let me know.
Yeah, for sure.
So, this is a staple of the podcast, the podcast tee. All right, you got one. This is your second one. It only lets me know that you on the podcast twice, right? But then I was thinking about, you know, your favorite color, right? And what you rep and that being blue, and I also have now that I know your T-shirt size, I also have this tee that I wore in episode 11 that I'm wearing again in episode number 37 that I'm going to get you soon. I'm going to get you not soon, but this weekend. Dope. So you holler at me, we can meet up, and I give you this tee.
Dope.
I appreciate you, love and support. I appreciate you being on the podcast. I want to say happy early birthday to you.
Thank you.
And I also want to say happy birthday to my sister. Okay. So Houston, Texas, I do what I do for myself to prove that I can do it for others. Peace and blessings.
Yo, it feel like 95, Sachi on my body, Biggie, jigger, puffy, all that ballin' is a hobby. And I'm wildin' in my wallies, and them valleys, no Pilates. More weight get you more wet, nah that's these Spumante. My crystal ball, I see crystal, I crystal y'all with that. I saw the sign like Ace of Spades, that Ace of Spades get cracked me like cheers to the money guys, the Willie niggas who buy them bottles, and then they spill these liquors. Yo, salute my dude. I see you, dog. 5 bottles, 1 dick. Why I need 2 bras? I know I'm out of line, but love is shower time. You know it rose rain when your cloud is 9. Get off that high ass hussy. This a private party. Been on my dick too long. Your breath on private party. You gon' be nice or naughty. These walls on priceless Audi. This the upper crust. Fuck is up. Over and done. Overdose. Guess we did it again. Sipping with no remorse.